Hi YouTube, and welcome back to my Let's Play The Sims 3 on Saturdays. So I decided to kind of go back to where we left off, where Aria and Jeffrey just got married, and they kind of share a tender moment here, dancing at their reception. It's kind of ended up getting cold out, so they're not in their wedding gear anymore. And as you recall, there were some zombies that kind of appeared out of nowhere, just as they were getting married and stuff, and they're still in the area apparently. It's kind of weird. These zombies just kind of watching them as they're kind of having this sweet, tender, slow dancing moment. But, yeah, I decided, okay, it's time to turn the music off, and, might as well have their first woohoo as a married couple, while they're still at home, before they go on the honeymoon that I'm sending them on, which you'll see in a moment. But, I always find the woohoos fun, so I always like to include them, even though they're pretty much always the same every time. But, yeah, here we go. Nice little snuggle, and then under the covers. It's like, what am I doing under there? Whatever it is, it must be a lot of fun. Alrighty, and then I kind of didn't get any footage of them going into the future. He was kind of on his way in his car, and she was still sleeping in bed, and it just kind of pulled them both forward. So I was like, okay, never mind. I'm just gonna run with this footage here. So we are now in the future. This is the future city that they're visiting, and that's the house of their descendants. So I thought, well, let's go ahead and visit them. One thing we know is, well, Aria and Jeffrey are well off. You can see what their household value is. It's 392,000 simoleons, and their descendants are quite well off, apparently. So we know that they're not destitute. The first time I played Into the Future, I just kind of played on my own, just kind of randomly with my own kind of character that I did offline that I don't include in the series. I have several other games that I play privately, and with that one, I actually created a brand new character, and she basically had no money. I didn't give her the cheat yet, and she comes to the future, and her descendants are completely destitute and want nothing to do with her. They never answer the door. Every time she rings the doorbell, they won't answer the door, even when they're all home. It's kind of hilarious. It's like, I've tried like 4 or 5 times that I visit her descendants and nothing happens. So I guess maybe she needs to go do something with her life and make some money, and then maybe they'll want to talk to her. Alright, so this is the house that belongs to their descendants, so it's obviously not the same house that they currently live in. Well, obviously it wouldn't be, because it's a completely different city. And we have no idea how far in the future they are, or how many generations these people are in front of them. I'm betting you that I can play 10 generations of this game, and we're still going to be in present-day Sims 3. Although, to be perfectly honest, by the time we get there, I think I'll be playing Sims 4. In fact, I think, basically, I will probably continue playing this series until The Sims 4 comes out. Unless either I get bored or you guys get so bored that I get zero views on the videos. But if I get bored with it, obviously I'll stop sooner. But I'm still finding it quite interesting to see what happens generation after generation. But when Sims 4 comes out, I think I will stop this series and start a new one at that point. So whatever comes first, boredom or new game. But in the meantime, we can see the descendants, and they kind of look, I don't know, to be perfectly honest, I was a little disappointed in, excuse me, in their descendants at this point. We see several males. We see the guy that Aria is talking to right now whose name I kind of didn't pay attention to. And I'm guessing he is possibly the father of the family. We see several other males. I think they're younger, teen and children, and possibly young adult. And there's one of the children right there. They all carry the Swan last name. This one here is giving a story. I think his hair looks kind of weird, and he's got like a standard t-shirt over like rather futuristic pants. But then again, The Sims 3 is very infamous for giving people like really lame looking outfits. The guy who looks like he's probably the father, although he looks kind of, I don't know, like a douchebag. I hate the haircut. I hate the look at the grumpy face on him and stuff. And then there's a woman there. There's also a little girl. So there's possibly a mom and dad and a bunch of kids. And I tried to get to know them better, but even though I had several interactions with them, talking and get to know better and everything, it didn't really learn very much about them. You would think that you could learn more about them, but maybe because it's the future, they're more reluctant to talk about themselves because they don't want to change their present and that kind of thing. So I'm not quite sure what's going on. Oh yeah, Aria critiques like decorations all the time. You can see that these people have very kind of modern houses, and they've got a lot of like plants in their house. But then again, her current house that I just bought her, the mansion I just bought her, they kind of have like a kind of a plant thing on the inside of the house too. So I don't know. There's one of the other kids. So these two look like the boy and the girl look like they're probably twins. This is probably their mother. More than likely is not. Either that or an older sister. I can't tell if she's an adult or a young adult. I haven't gotten to know her well enough yet. But here she's like, "Hi, I'm your ancestor," and she gets all excited about it. Which I think is kind of funny. And I can't tell, but it looks almost like her shoes have no heels on them, or she's like standing on tippy toe or something. Probably like modern shoes and stuff, but the dress is absolutely hideous. Kind of like the car though that you can see in the background. I think that's kind of cool. But yeah, I'm a little disappointed in the Descendants at this point. But the beautiful thing is that you can go back to the past, or to Aria and Jeff's present, and they can kind of just work on their lives. Jeff has a wish of being a world-renowned surgeon, so he's going to go into the medical profession. Aria's going to continue with her art as well as building her guitar and charisma skills for her lifetime wish. And maybe after they've started a family of their own, perhaps we'll come back and see what kind of changes are with these descendants. So we're kind of getting to know them a little bit now, and part of this is also kind of just exploring the house. So here I'm like changing out, like they have this wall thing going on, which is kind of cool. You can kind of change what it looks like. So there you go. I just changed it to a beach. I think that looks kind of cool. But, and then they've got these kind of transport tubes here that kind of whisk you up and down through like some kind of anti-grav mechanism. Oh yeah, we have a bot building station. And I thought, well, you know what? We're on our honeymoon in the future. Where else but a bot building station to have our first honeymoon? Woohoo! Oh yeah, and Aria falls out of the elevator tube or transport tube or whatever the heck it is. And whatever this thing is looks like a big old egg right now. It does look like a lot of the technology that you see in the future, you can actually, once you go back to the past, or to the present, I suppose, that you can actually buy some of these things, like the cars and that kind of thing. So I think that's kind of cool. And also, by the way, for those of you who might be sci-fi fans, Today was also, I mean, if you're a fan, you know this, that today was the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who, so I think it's somewhat appropriate that I do a time travel episode of this series on the same day as the Doctor Who 50th anniversary. Seems somewhat appropriate. So that looked like a fun little movie. The whole thing, I like the spinning and everything. I thought that was kind of fun. So they certainly seem to have enjoyed it. I'm going to go ahead and kind of wind things down here at this point. I don't want to make this episode too long. I've had a bunch of long episodes back to back now. But next week we'll continue the adventures in the future, and we'll see what happens. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.